if you notice the school board, I was talking about, pushing back about critical race theory. I wanted to talk a little bit about the masks that we're forcing on our kids right now. Now, the governor of New Jersey, for example, has determined that the students and staff should be wearing masks, regardless of their vaccination. I have some concerns over that. And I can tell you, as a teacher, it's very hard for me to teach when I have my students wearing a mask. Now, let's just start off with the most obvious. It's very hard to see if a kid's chewing gum first, right? I mean, that's so simple, but it's not just one example of the larger problem, because not only do I not see that they're chewing gum, but I can't identify from the way they're looking whether they're understanding what I'm talking about. I can't understand. I can't figure out if they've grasped the concept I'm trying to teach them. It makes it very hard for me to get those visual cues, and educators need those visual cues. Without them, it makes education that much harder. In the year of the pandemic, it is extremely difficult to get these kids engaged too when they're forced to wear something over their mask. It changes the entire nature of education, because the best way to get them to teach is also to have them interact with you, is to get them to answer questions. The mask, inhibits them from answering questions. It stops them from wanting to ask questions. It stops them from wanting to answer questions. So when I'm going over whatever document we're going over, and I ask them a question about it, I get silence, and I can generally bring that topic around so that it's something engaging to them, something that they would be interested in, something about, say, for their rights. And so is it okay for the school to search your stuff? Is it okay for the school to go through your locker? Question, instead of just talking to them about warrants and having those kinds of things, I can make it real to them. I'm not getting any response from them now. Years and years and years, I've been doing this for a long time. I can tell you I would get responses. I would get kids engaged. Now I don't. Why don't I? Because the mask keeps them from wanting to learn. So that's what I have to say is we got to get rid of these masks, plain and simple, because they are a detriment to the educational process. And going forward, if Governor Murphy plans on doing this in September, this is another instance where parents need to stand up and start saying something about it, just like a number of educators I know have, and just like a number of parents I know have. We need to do it together.